Why, hello, stampers. Welcome. My name is Judi Anderson from judystamps.com, and I welcome to my Happy Stamping Studio. I'd like to welcome all of you live viewers as well as those of you watching on replay. This is a pop-up today. I kind of had planned on doing it today or tomorrow, and I decided, you know what? Let's do it on Wednesday night. So, you guys know I've been talking about an awesome special that's coming up starting tomorrow through the end of February. But you guys don't want to wait to take advantage of this special. It's when you join my team from January 4th through the end of February, you get the spectacular, you can choose the spectacular glass mat suite for free. So this is a $60 value. So you're getting a $185 value for $99, free shipping. So that's a bonus there too. You could choose, if you'd like, to receive $30 in product of your choice instead if you want. So you'd be getting $155 worth of product for the same $99. So I know some of you guys have been watching my videos and have seen the glass mat. I previously had used another glass mat from our old circle cutter from years ago. And I had tried it out thinking, oh, I just want to see how I'd like a glass mat. I can tell you guys, I have absolutely loved it. It makes, and it's hard to believe it, but it makes my stamping and crafting a lot easier. So what do you say? Let's get started and learn why the Spectacular Studio makes my stamping space more fun and easier to work in, and how it can do the same for you. Okay, so we have the glass mat here, and it's so big I can't even fit the entire thing in my camera. It does measure 17 inches across by 14 inches tall. And it has this nice grid on it. And it's in inches down two sides and then down, I don't know if this must be centimeters on both sides also. So it works for both imperial and metric measuring. It is 5 millimeters thick, and it is with a tempered glass. So that means if you break it for any reason, it's not going to go all over. And one of my teammates actually told us that she dropped a stamping block 2 or 3 times on hers from quite a ways up, and it didn't break, and she was surprised. So I'm going to lift this up. So as you can see, I have these corners on here. You're supposed to take these corners off. However, I know me, and if I am going to break or destroy anything, it's going to be the corners. So I decided to leave those protective corners on. As you can see, you not only get that grid, the grid is on the back, so it is, or inlaid, so you can't clean it off, you can't scratch it off, it's there. When I flip it over, you're going to see it has some feet attached to it. And I wasn't sure if it was going to come with feet or not, because my other glass mat doesn't have feet, and I actually took the feet from our Stampin' Storage and put it on there, so avoided it from not only slipping and sliding, but so that I could pick it up easier. So this makes it easier to pick up off your surface if you need to move it for any reason. It does clean very easily with just water and a paper towel or with alcohol. So it is, you've got that solid surface to stamp on. I have a quartz countertop on my countertops in my stamping studio here, and they are solid. But you know, sometimes I find that I don't know, it must have some give or something, because I can stamp on this, and you're going to see that with photopolymer, and I don't need the foam mat underneath it. I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's just because it's a stiffer surface, or what, but that has really helped me. So I mentioned it was cut and scratch resistant. It's got the 4 rubber feet. So what does it come with? It comes with cloth. Now this cleaning cloth is just like our Stampin' Chamois. It's thinner. It's a little bit bigger. It's more pliable. Mine is drying out here. It comes and it is moisture. You could fold it in quarters and put it in a stamp case and store it that way if you want, but don't forget to let it air out right away sometimes so it doesn't mold. And this also comes with a silicone mat. You're going to go, why do I need that, Judi? Well, I'm going to tell you, you know me. So this goes on to the glass surface. Okay, as you can see, it doesn't move. You know what else? Watch this. Flip it over. See, it's underneath there. It doesn't fall off. So that is really nice. So it's not going to move if you decide to move it. If you lose something and you think it might have, there's not much room underneath. I think you can just barely get a piece of cardstock underneath there. But this has got some spaces in it. I've got to grab, I hit a Stampin' Spot out and I put it away. So you've got these 4 smaller little corners here. What these are for, or besides, I'm going to tell you, you can put embellishments. So if you're working on something, you know how those embellishments tend to walk away on your stamp surface? Put them in here. Your sequins, your loose gems, the ones you use in shaker cards, etc. You can then, those little beads, you could pick them up with a little spoon, but those store there really nice while you're stamping. Stampin' Spots. You can get 4 Stampin' Spots in here. And look at this. They don't fall out. Ooh, what's on the back there? Oh, I have a piece of paper. Thought, uh-oh, I haven't used this yet. Okay, you can also use these for palettes. You can just take the lid. See how easily that lid comes off? Use your blending pen. You can use your blending brushes to pick up ink. You can take your stamp and put it to your ink pad, which makes it really good. So then, or you can use it as palettes. You can use it with your markers, your re-inkers. I would not use it with blends because blends do stain. And even though you can clean it off with rubbing alcohol, it's not going to clean it completely. It's going to stain. Then you've got this surface here, and this surface here actually fits an ink pad really good. And I'm going to use that in a little bit and show you. It's not going to move completely all over. I kind of like it this way. But you know how on your table, sometimes you do stuff, you only need one hand or have one hand? That helps there. So your suite that you're getting for joining my team would be the glass mat, the silicone mat, and this cleaning cloth. And that is a $60 value. Okay, so why do you need this? I'm going to show you a couple things. So one thing is, I'm going to show you this first. And I'm doing it in a different order. I'm going to be, got some scraps of paper here. You can use it to hold your background stamps. Okay, just put it on there. It's not going to move. You don't need your big block anymore. So that's really handy. And why is that handy? Because now I can take, I'm going to be using Daffodil Delight, Calypso Coral, and Pool Party tonight are going to be my colors. So I'm just going to swipe this across, or you can pat it and see how that does not, oops, move. And I'm pushing pretty hard here, guys. Okay, and I'm just going to go right across like that. I am going to take my piece of cardstock, which I just had here, take it, put it on here, and rub it. Normally, I take a piece of scrap paper over. You can take your brayer and run that over, which really helps also. But look, you can do that. You're going to get this. You don't see the pool party too much, but you get that easy peasy. Okay, I can take that before I move it. I can squirt it with water, and on the other side, do the same thing. Okay, but I'm going to get a more mottled look or watery look this time. And let's see what it looks like. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So we didn't have to worry about our block slipping at all. Oh, I forgot to wet my chamois. So I'm going to grab a wet paper towel here. Wet this up. Okay, so that is using your background, using it to mount your background stamps. How easy is that? Okay, and you can use it for kissing too on background stamps like that. Okay, my next thing is going to be another piece of cardstock here. We are going to take our ink pad and we're going to do the same thing. Okay, you can use your Stampin' Spots. I'm just going to rub ink on here. You want to Calypso Coral. I want kind of close to the top here. I think my pool party, my pool party needs inking up. I'm just going to pat it. Okay, I've got that there. So now I can take my cardstock. Now I got a little bit of ink, but this is just showing you practice, just giving you some ideas on what you can do. Lift that up, and it doesn't come up very well, right? But once again, we're going to take our spritzer. You can also take your water pen and just put it droplets on there. Okay, and now watch. Okay, look at that. And I even got some drops on there. So you can make backgrounds. Now I'm going to take that water pen and grab one here. I got the wide one. Get some water in it. And I'm going to drop. Okay, and you've got a lot of ink on here yet. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of do some swirls like this. I should have started with my Daffodil Delight. I didn't, but once again, this is just fun and games. Swirl it back and forth. You don't have to worry about messing up too much because once again, this glass mat is your surface. Okay, and you can just keep playing. Okay, there we go. And it gives that effect. Okay, so that is that. We're going to wipe this off. Just wipe it dry. See how easy it is to clean? Look at that. Okay, now I want to take some Stampin' Write markers. And I'm going to do the same thing. Oh, I'm going to take, let's see, Poppy Parade. I want to take a little bit darker colors here. And let me see, let's do Shaded Spruce. So I have Shaded Spruce, Azure Afternoon, and Poppy Parade. Okay, so I can sit here and I can color on here like this. I could do a pattern. I can do kind of a mixed up pattern. And then, I'm going to color in some areas in the middle. You want to get colors that aren't going to be muddied because once again, what we're going to do is we are going to take our water and spritz it. Okay, and let's do it this way. Put it down there. You do need to let this dry a little bit, but look at that. And you're going to get a different pattern. So I missed some areas, so I can go in right like that and just put some more color in those areas. Okay, and if it's not picking it up, spritz again. Okay, and let's just press it down. So you're getting lighter color in those areas. I'm going to go over here, but I can pick and choose. And look how many times I can do that before having to clean it off and not worrying about my quartz being stained. You know, they told me when I bought it that it wouldn't be stained by inks, but the reds and the oranges do stain it up. Okay, so I'm going to close these up here. We may use a couple of these backgrounds in just a minute. Sweeten up. Okay. Next, I'm going to take my alcohol ink and do the same thing. Now, you know, alcohol inks are permanent. Okay, whether you do them on glass, rocks, wood, paper, but we are going to, I'm going to do dots. That's okay. So I'm just going to do some dots here. Do some bigger yellow ones. This is Daffodil Delight. Maybe do a big one in the middle. And then I am going to take my, light balmy blue. Oh, I hope I have enough ink. This one doesn't have enough ink, I know. Let me get a different color. I'm going to do the Azure Light. So I am just going to make some circles. You know, you can make these as big as you want. Okay, now, that's going to be dry. Okay, so I know already I'm going to have to do something. So I usually have a spritzer with alcohol in it, and I don't. I've got my little alcohol bottle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop some alcohol onto these, and let's see what happens, okay? Put this on here. So all I did was use alcohol drops, and I really don't care if it's solid on here. Look at that. We get the dots up. So we still have ink, so we can still go around. And let's put some more dots down there. And in these spots that we don't have any, we can add some. Okay, now if I had the spritzer, it would spread it all over. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, it's empty. I have it marked alcohol and water, and my alcohol one is empty. Okay, so we've got that. To clean this, you can't clean it with water, okay? Because I've got alcohol on there, it's going to wipe off. But to clean it, just take a little bit of alcohol and a paper towel. I use a paper towel first, then the chamois, because I don't want my chamois all stained up right away. But that's just me. I'm going to put my lid on my alcohol here. This is so fun. I love doing backgrounds like that, and I've got a bin or a file, and I put these in there, and I will stamp on them later. Okay, so we've got those inks. We can do, and let me do my blender pen. My blender brush is next. So we have this. You can take tape and you can put it on the corners, but I'm just going to take this right now and just put it on this part. And I'm just going to tape it down. Okay, now I'm going to take my blending brushes. Okay, I've got those same three colors. I've got Calypso Coral, Daffodil Delight, and Balmy Blue. Okay, we're going to start with Balmy Blue. And you know how I usually ink up my pads like this back and forth and then use my lid? You don't have to use your lid. Okay, got two options here. You've got your silicone mat. You can use this here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to ink up my pool party, both directions. And I can put it in the silicone mat and go back and forth, and then start off my paper and go across and just blend it. And my paper is not going to move. My fingers aren't going to get all dirty. I go back here, pick up some more ink, and just keep blending that across. Okay, I can also go to my pad. Like I said, this pad is pretty dirty or pretty dry. So I'm going to go in here, just like I do my pad, and just drag it across, pick up ink, and just keep dragging it across. Should have used a different color, but that's okay. Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to go to my second color, easy peasy. I'm going to go to my Daffodil Delight. Once again, see how dirty my lids get when I do it that way? I don't mind doing it that way when I am on the road and teaching people how to use it, but this is going to be so much easier for my stamp station here, or my crafting station. Let's get the ink there, and then I'm just going to rub it across, going in both directions. Just doing this because I want it blended with that blue a little bit. I don't want a rainbow. If I want a rainbow, I'd probably do the Calypso Coral next, because that would make purple. Here I go with the Calypso Coral. Ink up both sides, go over here, and see how I'm even getting close? It doesn't matter, you guys. Just gonna go right off the edge there. Got a little bit dark on that side, but that's okay. And just move that ink and see how that paper stays there? Okay, I'm actually going to turn this around. I'm going to tell you the corners, if you do decide to keep them, they actually fall off. I think I'm going to take a glue dot and secure them to those corners. Okay, the next technique you can do, and I haven't tried this yet. I haven't actually tried any of these. I've been using it in my lives. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of water. I'm going to clean some of this off. Okay, I'll take my dry paper towel and dry it off. Okay, I'm going to take my paper and put it to the side. Sure this is good and dry. And I'm going to take my Memento ink, and we're going to do some reverse stamping here. So I'm going to ink up my stamp with Memento. Let me remember if I can do this right. If I do this way, and put it onto my glass mat. Now the glass mat is not porous, so it's going to stay wet. Oh, I mushed it a little bit. So I want to take that, and I want it, this is the water, and that's the sky, and we're not going to get the whole thing on here. We're just going to push this, and I would normally take my brayer. I don't have our new brayer. You can also take your glass block, which I think I'm going to do, like taking a long one. Okay, that didn't work out. The rubber brayer would work a lot better. Okay, we're just going to transfer that ink from that glass mat right there. Okay, pretend it's in the water. Okay, so now you need to clean off your glass mat, quick and easy, wipe and dry. I wish I had actually my chamois was wet, and it didn't, it dried up while we were here. So now I'm going to ink this up again, so it's good and dark. Should have used a little bit larger paper. Then I'm going to line these up. Okay, so what you're looking at is a reflection. This is like it's in the water and a reflection. I'd probably do some green in here. And you could even take and put a little bit of orange up here because the orange sky is reflecting into the water. Okay, so there's your reflective stamping. That is a biggie for me. I love that. It makes it so much easier. We've had some other tools, but they've gone away. So this makes a good alternative. And how fun, huh? You guys, you can play and play and play. I actually, now I'm going to grab them. You guys know, most of you know that we had 4 dogs, and within 14 months, all 4 of them passed. It would, you know, it was, they were getting older. A couple of them were getting older, and we were expecting it, but we didn't expect them all. So I'm actually doing these paw prints that are made out of cement and painting them. What was nice is I could put them on here. I got paint on here, and it cleaned it right up. It made it so much easier. So I'm using it for more than just stamping, any kind of crafting, you guys. Your silicone mat, once again, just clean it out. If you need to, spritz it with water. Okay, so what else did I want to show you guys? Oh, okay, you take your pick, you have tools. So we need to get our tools. And, yep, this will fit on that side. That's our perforator. And this is our X-Acto knife. Remove the other end. I don't know if it's going to fit. No, I got to do them both on this end. So I'm going to take a piece of paper. We'll just take one of these. Oh, I don't know which one because I like them all. Oh dear, I'm going to go ahead and take this one. So I want to perforate it. I can take this. I can take the ruler. I'm going to move my mat here. And I want to make a perforation that I can tear off. So I am going to run this way, right along, and make a straight perforation. Oops. So what would you want to perforate for? You want to perforate to make tickets, like tear off tickets with the kids or whatever. And then it just, well, this is still a little wet, but it should tear. There we go. And it would just tear off. Another thing you can do is take an X-Acto knife. And you can do a straight line. Let's do a straight line. We're going to go this way with it. Go against the grain. So we're going to, or you know what? I'm not going to take a straight line on this. On this one, I want to do, you can fussy cut, or you can make a zigzag line cut. Okay, and not worry about cutting your countertop. If you have a desk or a countertop, this does not scratch. I don't know. I know that glass normally doesn't scratch, but over time it will. So I don't know because we just got these. But look at that. I can put these on a card, just put them like that, make it really easy. I don't have to go for a lot of other surfaces here when I'm crafting. I don't have to worry about getting up. Oh my gosh. Okay, I want it watercolor now. So I need to get something under here to watercolor. Oh, now I want to cut. Now I want to do this or do that. Let me get this back on here. Okay, one last thing. You know, I've given you guys some remedies for your walking cut and emboss machines, right? On slippery surfaces, they have a tendency of walking. As I say, and you've seen me, you know, all of a sudden it'll be moving. Well, with the glass mat, look at it sticks, you guys. Don't believe me? We're going to take this. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to emboss this piece here. Go ahead and put it into our embossing folder. Put it in here, stepping it a little bit, and then I put this one farther in and just running that through. And this is a 3D folder, and that's why I'm not using the platform, the gray platform. And did you see how easy that went through? And it didn't move. And there, that is embossed. Somehow, that is one thing I was really excited about. It was like, oh my gosh, this is like the perfect thing. Okay, I am going to grab, I'm going to grab this piece of cardstock. It doesn't quite fit in there, so let me grab my paper trimmer. Let me grab my little one. We're just going to trim a piece off here. We'll do it about that wide and hope and pray that it's long enough. Right? Okay. I've got my Hey Chick dies here. And I can always go back and stamp it later. Let's see which guy we're going to get. We're going to get this guy. I could probably stamp a couple, or I'm going to have to take this out. I'm going to cut a couple of them. Might as well, hey, yeah? You know? Cut. I don't know if I'll get 3 or not. We'll see. Okay, so I need to get my cutting platform. I need to get an acrylic plate. I need to decide which side I want to use. I could use both sides if I wanted. Let's get these guys. Oh, it's not quite wide enough for him. Oh, and the other one's even skinnier, so we're not doing him or her. Do this one. Those are his feet, his feathers, and his head. What if you wanted, you could use a spritzer and spritz them. We're just going to do these. This is just to show you. Okay, let's get this underneath. And look at that. It pops up, but if I just hold it lightly, I can just slide that through, and it's not sliding back and forth like it did before. There we go. And I don't have to hold it really hard, which I love. Okay, well, this one moves. So, oh, no, it didn't. My paper is still a little damp, so it's not cutting like it should. Well, it did move. So we have 2 sides we can choose from. We can choose from this side and do a little bit of coloring or paper piecing, or this side. Isn't that cool? I just love that fact right there that my cut and emboss machine doesn't move. So you can, once again, you can do your ink direct right onto here. You can use your X-Acto knives, your blending brushes. You can color your embossing paste right on here, or you could do it right here in your silicone mat and use it off of there. What I like about that is if you're just using the white, you can put it on here, use it, scrape it off, and then clean it right away. So I hope you guys enjoyed some things to do with this glass mat tonight. And there's a link in the description if you would like to join my team, and it doesn't start until tomorrow. So you're gonna have to wait till one more day to join my team, and we are a fun team. I have a Facebook page, and you get some goodies. Everybody gets goodies when they join up with my team. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me, and I hope you choose to take advantage of the special of the glass mat. So until we see you again, happy stamping, everybody.